Good afternoon. When I arrived in Ghana for the first time in July of 2019, I thought I was coming to shoot a movie and go home. Instead, I went back to Jamaica and told my family I'm going home. A few months later, in March of 2020, I was living in Ghana. That may sound strange to some people, but for me, it felt like something clicked. There was a familiarity I could not explain. There was a warmth I could not ignore. There was a sense that I found a place that was not foreign to me, even though I had crossed an ocean to get here. And so began a journey that has completely changed my life. Now I will not stand before you and tell you that it has been a perfectly smooth ride. Anyone who has relocated, built something, or tried to create change knows that there are difficult days. There are moments of frustration. There are moments when you wonder if fighting fist to fist might be the only option. But the good times have been extraordinary. I was born and raised in Jamaica, but I certainly grew up in Ghana. Yes. Ghana challenged me. Ghana expanded me. Ghana forced me to see the world differently. One of the greatest lessons this country gave me was perspective. For many people across the African diaspora, we spend our lives navigating systems where the color of our skin can determine how we are treated, how we are perceived, and sometimes even what opportunities are available to us. What I found here was different. Ghana is not perfect, but no nation is. Every country has its nuances, every society has its challenges. But there is something powerful about waking up every day in a majority black nation and realizing that your blackness is not the thing being evaluated. If Kwame has a problem with you, it's not because you're black. It's because you borrowed his money and you never paid it back. Or maybe you stole his girlfriend, but it is not the color of your skin. And that changes something inside you. It changes the way you see yourself. It changes the way you see possibilities. And it changes the way you imagine your future. I can work with potholes. I can work with traffic. I can work with all the little frustrations that come with life, because every country has those things. What I cannot work with is having my humanity negotiated. And Ghana never asked me to negotiate mine. No matter the circumstances, I have always believed that I must be human first. And Ghana gave me that space to experience that reality on a scale I had never imagined before. That is why I believe every Caribbean person, and indeed every person of African descent, should experience Africa at least once in their lifetime. Because Africa expands our limits. You only know there is more when you know there is more. For those of us from the Caribbean, Ghana is not a distant place in history. In many ways, Ghana has lived in our imagination for generations. Growing up in Jamaica, I knew the words and teachings of Marcus Garvey long before I ever set foot on African soil. Garvey spoke about African pride, African redemption, and the belief that African people everywhere shared a common destiny. Many people may not know that Ghana's Black Star may have been inspired by Marcus Garvey's Black Star line, a symbol of connection, self-determination, and the belief that African people could chart their own future. Think about that for a moment. A Jamaican visionary helped inspire one of the most powerful symbols of the Ghanaian nation. Long before many of us boarded planes to come here, there was already a bridge being built between the Caribbean and Africa. Today, we are simply walking across it. And that is why Caribbean Week matters. This week is not simply about food, it's not simply about music, it's not simply about culture, it's about connection. It's about creating stronger bridges between Africa and the Caribbean. It is about trade, it's about investment, it's about tourism, it's about diplomacy, and it's about cultural exchange. And it's about recognizing that although history separated us, the future can bring us together. I would like to extend a special thank you to His Excellency Kwesi Darkwa, the President's Special Envoy to the Caribbean. Mr. KKD, your belief in this vision, your guidance and commitment to strengthening the relationship between Africa and the Caribbean have helped make this moment possible. You have also helped many of us see new possibilities for what this relationship can become, and for that, I am deeply grateful. I would also like to thank the Office of the Diaspora Affairs, or Caribbean Diplomatic Missions, or partners, sponsors, supporters, volunteers, and every person who contributed to making this vision a reality. To my team at the Ghana Caribbean Association, Maroon Global Solutions, I Open Africa, Igloo Nation, and everyone who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to bring this vision to life, thank you. And finally, thank you to all of you gathered here today. Your presence reminds us that this vision matters. Your presence reminds us that these connections matter. And your presence reminds us that the bridge between Africa and the Caribbean is not only possible, it is already being built. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ghana Caribbean Week. Thank you.
I thought you were going to do it better. Here in Ghana,